How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. And Whizzer sent out one of their latest IEMs. They sent out the Kylan Acoustic HE01 Plus Dynamic IEMs. We're going to be checking these out and testing them with something like the V60 to see exactly how they sound. So very nice, and thank you for Whizzer for sending these out for me to check out. So let's go ahead and see what comes in the box of the Kylan HE01 Plus Dynamic IEMs. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and go over the unboxing of the Whizzer Kylan Acoustic. Some specs on the side if you want to read that in multiple languages. Hooray for that. Here is the bottom, barcode and stuff. You go on over to the back. We'll go over some of the specs in a little bit, but here is just some of the specs on the back. As far as the dynamic driver goes and the size and the frequencies, if you want to check that out right there. Mainly used like for production and for recording and stuff like that, but for listening to audio, it's definitely a niche market for in-ear monitors. If you're a really big audiophile, you definitely will still be using these. I still listen to audio when it comes down to files that were downloaded, and using my, of course, LG V60, which does have a headphone jack. I still use audio to listen to some stuff every now and then, not as much as I would like to, but I still do. And people out there still use IEMs, and this is nice packaging right here. You get some Whizzer work of Whiz. Now these are very nice and clean looking earbuds. They do have a transparent, sort of like a resin look to them, and here they are. When it comes down to the actual buds themselves, they look really unique and really cool with this transparency on there. You get the actual buds themselves, you get the connection ports, and they are labeled red and blue for left and righties. And yeah, these things look really cool and pretty small and lightweight as well. They are made out of plastic, so they're not going to be too heavy. Which we will get your instruction manual. You get a Whizzer guarantee card on there with the QR code if you want to check that out. You get some more QR codes. You get some instructions on how to connect your cables. Quick start guides, of course, on there. Nice little faux leather carrying case. No branding on there, so let's go ahead and check out what comes in here. I'm assuming the earpieces come in here, and the nice braided cable. Look at this thing. You get some projection on there. 3.5mm headphone jack, some nice thick cabling, and it is braided. And then you also get a little cable management with Whizzer on there. And you get your connections that are going to go around your ears onto the buds themselves. And when you connect these, like I said, they are color coded, so you're just going to pretty much match up the color with the actual bud and just go ahead and connect them. Pretty simple when it comes to that. Now let's do the other one. Go ahead on this side, match it blue with the blue, and connect them together. And there you go for that nice easy connection. We got silicone with black centers on them. I'm assuming these are a little bit more stiff, and you do get a small, medium, and a large. So that clear small, medium, and large. So there you go for that. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the Whizzer HE01 Plus in-ear monitors. All right, so getting some of the specs out of the way. So as far as the driver goes, it's going to be a 2.2mm high performance dynamic driver, and the cables are 7N silver plated OFC cables. So that means you're going to get really high quality in that cable. The impedance is going to be 16 ohms. So that's pretty good for something being run on something like the LG V60 or another personal DAC player that you may have that has high wattage or high efficiency on there. As far as the sensitivity goes, we're 124 decibels, so that's pretty good. 3.5mm headphone jack, of course, on the end, and the diaphragm is going to be a DLC diaphragm driver with TLCP suspension. All of that stuff, no idea what it means. these sound good, okay? So these are high-res certified by VGP, Hall of Fame Grand Prize winner. The Kylan HE01 Plus is endorsed by the Japan Audio Society, so that tells you a lot. Meanwhile, the HE01 series has been honored with Japan's VGP Hall of Fame Grand Prize, the Oscars of Japan's AV industry. So again, highly certified. The DLC composite diaphragm driver and 7N silver-plated oxygen-free copper cables. The Kylan HE01 Plus employs a aerospace-grade 10.2mm driver with dynamic light carbon composite diaphragm arranged in a diamond-inspired pattern. It precisely reproduces every subtle nuance and emotional texture of master recordings, captured microdynamics and transcend details with studio-grade accuracy. So these are going to give you a really nice balanced sound. And listening to something on like the V60 when it comes down to high-res audio such as Amazon Music, you're able to play some Ultra HD stuff on there. They sound absolutely fantastic. This is how they would look on your ear. Just to give you an idea, very lightweight. Comparing these to the Moondrop Chew 2 IEMs that I reviewed several months ago, these sound a lot better and a lot louder when it comes down to the audio. The bass, not quite bassy. These aren't booming my head, so that's kind of a good thing. It's mainly a lot of highs and mids, but everything sort of sounds really straight line and really balanced when it comes down to the sound. The bass is there, you're hearing a thump, but it's not rattling your head. So it's a really nice balanced audio performance with these headphones. They get really loud without distortion, so that's fantastic. These things get a lot louder than the Moondrop Chew 2 headphones, or IEMs if you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. They get a lot louder with less distortion. The Moondrops don't get as loud, and when they do get loud, you do have a little bit of distortion peaking at the top when you put those too loud. These are actually quite balanced, quite nice, no distortion, no clipping when you're listening to these at almost full volume. I'm about 54% or 55%, and these things are loud. Now I'm using the medium ear tip on these, and I think I get a nice clean seal, so that's fine for me. I usually have large ear holes, but like I said earlier, they do come with 3 sizes, a small, medium, and a large, to fit everybody's ear. Very comfortable. The wire just sort of hangs around your ear down. There's no microphone on here. These aren't those types of headphones. These are a plug and just listen. No microphone, no noise canceling, nothing fancy like that. These are just a plug and play, old-fashioned type IEMs. If you're a musician and you do a lot of production stuff, these are fantastic. Or if you just want to bust out your V60 like I have here, plug these in and listen to some nice audio that you have on your device, download it, or something like Amazon Music to get a nice clean audio experience. Like I said, thank you for Whizzer for sending the Kylan HE01 Pluses out for me to review. Fantastic. I will post links in the description down below so you guys can go check them out. Current price on these is going to be $54.90, so really nicely priced. They are not $100 IEMs, but they sound like $100 IEM. So 54 bucks for these is actually a great deal. You can purchase these off of Amazon. Like I said, links will be posted down below. So thank you guys for watching this review of the Whizzer Kylan HE01 Plus IEM earphones. I will see you next time here on Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. Peace.